Can I? I'd just like to apologise to everybody. This isn't podcast content. This is very much for the
I feel
sluggies.
like this needs to be part of the podcast.
Well, we can make it a part of the podcast. It won't make sense to the general audience. In that, I just want to apologise for the first time ever. It was my fault we were late, and the reason why we was late is I came in. So when we record this on Discord, so I was like, I just can't connect to James, and I think James has gone to a new house. It must be his internet. It's not my fault, obviously. And then I realised I masturbated this morning. And what do we have to do when we masturbate these days, boys?
It's got 3 letters.
We need to use a VPN. James has got one. I've got one. Choose who you want to subscribe with.
And do you know what? Do you know what's heartbreaking? Do you know what is heartbreaking? That isn't a link into a sponsor,
Mate. I've used this. I tell you what, it has been a gold mine since they introduced this this law.
Price went up.
The price of the brick has gone up. Yeah, so I just want to apologise for that. That's all.
Welcome, everyone. It is season 7, episode 1 of the James and Flav for Now podcast. We've
all I've been hearing, fucking Twitter, DMs, in person, literally in person. When's pod come back?
Yeah.
I'm like, do you think we've got nothing else to do?
Enjoying the sunshine.
James has moved to a whole new house.
I'm in a new gaff, guys.
I'm trying to build a house.
New background. You got lucky there. The camera. I was on my camera for a second there.
Lucky I had my trousers on this time.
yeah. Imagine it. On the way down. We are back. The podcast is back, and we've got lots to talk about. Reset pod, everyone. Reset pod. Although I do have one juicy comment, Flav. And it is juicy.
Well, really?
Now, on the mailbag, if you want to join us for the mailbag, you can do. Links in the description. We do a mailbag every week, and of course, you can listen to all the previous mailbags as well. Okay. Yeah.
Hey, hello, mate.
Well, hang on, mate. Daddy's working at the moment. What's wrong?
Yeah.
What's happened? Fix it. What happened? It's broken.
Is it broken like QPR, Koa?
What team do you support, Koa? What football team do you support? You do know. Can you say, come on? That's right. Can you say it louder? Come on. You was. Come on, you can say it louder.
Come on, you was.
QPR.
Sounds like he doesn't want to. You're making him,
No.
Jim.
Well, I love you. You go play with Mummy, okay? I'm chatting to Uncle Flav.
Yeah.
Uncle Pooh, he just called you.
Uncle Pooh, all right. Well, me and him are going to have beef then, aren't we? If that's what you're saying.
Yeah, I'm on my way. Imagine that. Imagine you just rocked up at like 4 PM.
You call me Uncle Pooh.
Yeah. Yeah? Oh, not so big now, are you? Could be Uncle Pooh.
Yeah, what you say? It says my face. Easy to do it through a camera on the internet, innit? It says my face.
Yeah, I have. So we've got the first new bit of the 7th season. 7th season, Flav. 7th. Incredible. The family, the JAFFN family is as strong as ever. But as I say, we do a mailbag.
Whittling away.
We do a mailbag. Yeah, everyone's just hanging in there, aren't they? Let's be honest.
Whittling away, ticking off the years until we die.
Just my sort of. I've noticed my leg mass is just getting smaller and smaller. I used to play football. Do you know what I mean? I used to be able to like extend my leg and I'd see something. Now it's just withering away.
Jim, when you're working every now and then you go.
Yeah, just go. Still there. Yeah, we're still all right. But no, yeah, we're all dwindling. But we can only move forward. So life's good. Little power move. Thomas Bushell says, little power move there, throwing out the Uncle Pooh in front as he walked off. By the way, What a boy.
Uncle Pooh. Tell him I won't forget that. That is like.
Tell him I won't forget. I will. I'll see what he says. I'll report back next week. Right, let me finish this bit. So, the first new bit of the new season. If you are new to the podcast, because we might have a few newbies. We are in the shed now, of course. I've just remembered that. And if you want to be with us every week, we do a mailbag. And it's on Patreon, links in the description. Now, Diggity Dog, who's one of our funniest Moist Slugs, he put together a little intro for the mailbag last week. And I said, why don't you make an intro for the start of every podcast? And he has
What does that mean?
So,
An intro?
well, he's written it now, and I'm going to read it now, and then I'll put the horns in. Okay?
Okay.
Right, here we go. Hello all, and welcome back. Hang on, what's this? This is the first time I've read it, Diggity. Hello all, and welcome back. Slight Wuggies. Slight Wuggies? What does that mean?
You can't make up
start,
words.
It's bad start.
Bad start. Yeah, this could have been great for you. It's going to be great for you. Get through it.
We'll just power through it. Don't understand the first bit. Still hungover from celebrating those trophies? Liverpool, Newcastle, Palace, Spurs fans? Tired of chasing the Swedish bombshell down Tynemouth bit? What is this?
Just keep going, Jim.
Get out. Am I going forwards or am I bowing out?
only forwards.
Okay. Got your boosters for your travels to Leeds, Burnley and Sunderland? Arsenal fans, have you finally managed to master the COVID mask celebration? Ready to see QPR push for 11th place? Or maybe you learned how to handle the BBC and are now getting back in D-Zone ahead of the new season. It says wink at camera.
Good.
Well, this season promises to be full of more exciting moments, not just in football, but with you guys as well. So whether you're moist or dry, sit back and relax. It's time for JAFFN 2025-26. Cue the trumpet. It was all right.
Yeah, good. No, give him something.
Joy needs funny comments from people. That's going to help. It was an Isak joke. Swedish bombshells. Got it.
Good. Diggity Dog, I appreciate it. I thought it was good. Don't listen to Jim.
Okay.
You got to bounce back.
Standards.
Play the trumpet.
I'm the Xhaka. I'm the Henderson this season. Okay. I want the standards to be nice and high.
Play the trumpets.
Play the trumpets. Go. We will. We'll do that at some point. I'm not doing it right now.
You're editing.
Yeah,
okay.
I'll edit it in. Okay.
Can I just to shout out someone? So I did a would you rather shoot with Sport Bible, who for some reason, Jim, me and you are on their header on YouTube.
Which is
have you noticed that?
Class.
So we're next to me, you, and Bukayo Saka. Make it make sense. And I actually said to him, like, do you need me, mate? James, you absolutely need. Like, he's a superstar. Why am I on there? Like, it doesn't make any sense. No, I'm not doing a humble. It makes no sense. No one's looking at it going, yeah, Flav should be on there. Anyway, there was a producer, a junior producer who was working there, and he went, when's JAFFN coming back? Like I said, I can't escape it. It's online. When's JAFFN coming back? And he went, I watch every episode, only forwards, and he come up with a couple of catchphrases. It's like, all right, you know what you're talking about.
Okay.
Yeah, and I went, moist or dry? And he went, dry at the moment, but I will be a moist. And I was like, well, no, don't do it for me, do it for you.
Do it for you, yeah.
And
but don't come up to me and give it the big one, claiming you're really part of the cult if you're not going to double down.
Yeah, either you pay to be in it and give us money, or don't talk to me, basically. Exactly. Anyway, I just want to say what a lovely young man he was, and I know you're listening, and I can't remember your name, but you're a legend.
Yeah, that went really well. It's a slow start, guys. It's fine. But what I do want to talk about, I do have football chat within me. I think this has been the best summer, the best transfer summer of all time. There's been so much to go through. And actually, there's still so much to go through. Well, obviously, the start of the season occurs, this weekend. And you obviously got Man United, Arsenal. We can talk about that maybe a wee bit later on. But the window that's happened and the window that's still to happen between now and I think the end of the month, there's still so much like up in the air. Isak is obviously the biggest one. And I just think it's been absolutely sensational, which makes so I did predictions. We all do our predictions, don't we?
Oh, of course we do. It's a banker, isn't it? Banker of a video.
It's good. Do you know what it is? It's
reacting to our predictions is also a banker.
And reacting to and predictions once the transfer window slams shut. That's another one as well. So we'll be predicting all season long. But it has been difficult to do when you've still got so much going on. Like, where's Eze going? Where's Isak going? Like, what about Gay? What about so many different players? And it's so up for grabs at the moment. Isak's obviously the biggest one. How do you feel about the Isak situation?
I have such strong opinions about the Isak situation. I couldn't think of any situation where I could feel less about a player based on their actions other than Sol Campbell. What a scumbag. Oh, I want to move to Liverpool, so I've played my last game for Newcastle. Have you? You've decided, have you? You've played your last game for Newcastle. Good for you. Good for you. How about the 3-year contract that you've got left? How about the fact that Newcastle were responsible for bringing you into the league, giving you a platform for you to show how good you are, so that clubs like Liverpool could potentially be interested in your services? Because Liverpool weren't trying to take you over from Real Sociedad. Who did you play for? I can't remember.
Yeah, Real Sociedad.
Right.
Yeah, it's a good point. That's a good point.
They won't bring you over. Newcastle, you owe them as much as they owe you. And they proved that they owe you, right? Hang on, Jim.
Yep.
They proved that they owe you by the length of the contract and the amount of money that you're getting paid. Now, what should happen? And this is going to be an interesting thing because Isak isn't fucking with a normal chairman here. He's not having a go at Matthew Benham, right?
Yeah. He's a fantastic owner, just to be clear.
Yeah, I know he is, absolutely. They're going up against the PIF. This is Saudi Arabia. A limitless pool, and this doesn't count for PSR. They can spend as much as they want taking him to court, and so they fucking should. This is what should happen: is they say to you, you are in breach of contract if you don't play, you're in breach of contract if you don't train, and so we are withdrawing payment for your contract for the full duration of your of the next 3 years, and you can do whatever you want, but we have your registration, so just sit there for 3 years if you want, or come back, be an adult. Be a man, do what you've agreed to do, and play for Newcastle until they're ready to sell you. But that's not what will happen. He'll get his way like they all fucking do.
It's a
that's
weird...
why.
Yeah. No, I don't disagree with it. I messaged Rory this morning. I said, do you think... I said, is Isak a traitor? Just a nice, simple question. And he said... the difference between him and Trent, and I'd love to know people's thoughts in the comments here, because I'll be absolutely honest. I've not thought about it. I've not thought about, is he a traitor or not? Do you know what I mean? I've not formulated this opinion until like 10 minutes before, and I'm thinking, what should we talk about? Oh, wow, the transfer window's been really good. I tweeted, and some people putting some really good tweets in there, so I've kind of gone, oh, that's really good. It's been a really good transfer window. And then Isak's the big talking point. And then, okay, so how do I feel about Isak? And I guess... in exploring that, the place I'm in is one where I'm not really sure who the good guys and the bad guys are, like, anymore. Do you know what I mean? But like before, like there was this thing where the players just should be forever loyal to the club, and
not loyal, just honour his contract. Not loyal. It's not about loyalty.
Okay. Oh, this is good. Unpack this for me. So I'll keep tripping up, and then you set me straight.
Trent's a different conversation, but in this instance, it's Isak refusing to honour his contract. That's the issue.
Yeah.
So it's not about loyalty. It's just about doing what you agreed to do. Is he a man of his word? Absolutely not. Absolutely not.
Maybe that's it. Maybe this is the footballing world catching up with the world that was, where you would truly always be able to get out of, whatever situation you wanted to as a player. If you're a player that's wanted by a better, a team that's, better team, you'd always be able to get that resolved, and you could kind of kick your toys out of the pram a little bit, and that would be enough. What we're seeing this summer with Morgan Gibbs-White, with this Isak situation at the moment, is that the clubs are showing a new kind of level of strength at the moment. Now, this could move so quickly, couldn't it? Is this all the dance? That's the thing I also wonder. Like, is this just the situation where they're all kind of doing this posturing nonsense, and it's going to get to the point where they're going to pay 130 million, they're going to take it, and that'll be that? I don't know. But I agree with you. In principle, if you sign a contract, if your owners want, if your club wants you to, you should just have to get on with it.
Yeah, and it's not like Liverpool have come in with a bid of his worth either. They've come in for a bid under what his valuation to Newcastle is, and they've just gone away. They're just waiting to see what will Isak do, and what Isak's doing is what Gibbs White needed to do in order to get out of Forest. But
would that have worked? Do you think that would actually have worked?
Probably not with Marinakis. I think Marinakis would have been about as hardball as you're going to get. So probably wouldn't have done. But you've seen, look, there's no precedent. What I've just suggested they do in that retain his registration and not pay him for 3 years. There's no precedent in the history of football, because I looked into it, where this has happened. And they always inevitably find a resolution that sort of suits everybody. But it would require Liverpool to come in and pay the correct price, and they may not want to. They may not think that he's worth that. And Newcastle go, well, he is worth that to us. And he is worth that to Newcastle. They've got a really good first 11 with Isak in it. Without him, I don't know what they've got, really. They don't have a striker as far as I understand.
I think Nicholas Jackson and Visser, you would imagine, are both could get done, right?
Visser says this is a new bugbear of mine.
It's another one,
by the way.
Yeah, go on.
Only wants Newcastle. Only wanted Kudus. Only wanted Tottenham. Bullshit. He wanted whatever club came in for him. He would have best and pay him the most of money.
There you go, another new bit. Romano speak. What does it actually mean? Like, is it nonsense or is it not?
I like him, but it's clear that he has a role in being influential in transfers. That's the thing, and that's different from what we grew up with.
Have you just twigged that?
No, I haven't. But I think it's probably a little bit deeper than most people think. Like, I think he's definitely getting fed stuff by agents and football clubs to promote, which isn't what he's supposed to be doing. It's supposed to be. I
think he's openly said like players will DM him, go, look, mate, can you just chuck this out there? Because I fancy a move, and that's free. That's called free speech. I think that's all. Obviously it affects markets.
You want to hear we go. I know he doesn't do it, but you want it. Ornstein seems to be the pinnacle of sort of the best
karma, isn't he? Yeah, because I don't religiously stick to Romano. I'm going to be vulnerable for a second, right? I only have notifications on for 2 people. Can you guess who they are?
The one's me, obviously.
Yeah. Well, no.
Yeah, 3 people. 3 people. You mean 3 people? Yeah. Who the other 2?
3 people. One's you, and the other 2 are
Ornstein
and Romano.
Yeah, but isn't Romano's just pinging all the time?
It is pinging a lot, and I think he's been. Yeah. See, this is interesting.
Less is more.
Guys, I'm going to look at the comments a lot today because obviously we've been a bit of a reset pod, and we've got the comments, and I know I'm really interested to know people's thoughts on the Isak situation, and the whole the transfer sagas that have kind of unfolded this year, because there's been lots where there's been a lot of drawn out transfers, and Burmo took ages as well.
Can I if ever you think, like, if you're a football fan, right, and I know the proxy is to fall in love with the players that play for your football club, they don't give a fuck about you or me.
But the club also has the players being disposable. This is my point. Like, it only matters if you matter to them. Do you know what I mean? Like, they don't care about other.
But the relationship between the Newcastle fans adore Isak. Have you not seen, like,
I get that.
The little tifos that they had? Go, ooh, Isak, we got Isak, right? They were amazing. Like, and he's looking at going, do you know what? Fuck them lot. I'm not playing for you anymore. That's what it feels like to me.
I'd like to. That's the thing. I think I wonder. What's the truth here? Because I saw that clip. I saw Isak goes to Van Dijk. See you next season kind of vibes. So with that in mind, what I'd love to know, I think you've got to, if you want to leave a club now and you're one of the better players, you've either got to run down your contract like Trent, or you've got to work a year in advance. Probably 18 months in advance, where you go, like, it's a bit like Ronaldo at Man United back in the day, where it's like, look, I want to go, and they go, we don't really want you to go. Yeah, but come on, I really need to go at some stage. and you go, look, I'm going to give you this year, and then let's get this sorted so you can get the best price you can.
It feels like
surely
he hasn't given them that year.
Has he not?
That's what it feels like.
Because I think
no, I don't think so.
Right.
If you've got 3 years on, 2 years left on your contract, your value is at its peak. Then you go, right, you make an agreement this year. Can I, if a bid comes in for a club the size of Liverpool, Barcelona, Real Madrid, Man United, that level, can I speak to those teams? And then that's kind of feels right. And if they say no, you're like, well, they've broken their promises. I've got to put in a transfer request. Then it feels like he's done it right. He's done this all wrong.
Well, so look,
in my
people are saying, I thought he did. He has claimed that he did tell them.
Tell them what?
Isak told them that last summer, though.
What, according to whom?
According to my sources, Connor O'Reilly and Hassan Majid.
Right.
I did see that as well. I thought
you
told them
in
March.
Oh, right. With 4 years left on your contract. By the way, this is my last year playing for you guys. Well, hang on. What about the signing on bonus we gave you a year ago? And you signed for 5 years. Why did you sign for 5 years? Oh, is it so that you have protection in case you get injured? Is that what it is? Oh, all right. Well, that's nice. Actually, what you've done is given us leverage, and we don't have to fucking sell you for shit. Case in point, Harry Kane, 3 years left on his contract, going, oh no, I think in that lovely interview he did with Gary Neville. Oh, I think £100 million is a fair price for me, and who wouldn't want to play for Manchester City? Sorry, Harry, you signed a contract. You're not going anywhere. You're staying there. I know you're not going to like it.
Yeah,
but you're staying there. And to his credit, he cracked on and scored 35 goals that year.
Strangely, not strange.
Contracts
it's
have
not strange.
to mean something.
Yeah. You're right. You're right. And like people, I think at the end again. Because there are parallels with the Trent situation, but it's the differences that matter with that conversation. Because I would suggest that. So you would expect that bit more loyalty from Trent, possibly because he's a local lad, right? But he did run down his contract, and so once you do that, then you have the decision to make of like what club do you want to go to, and you want to go to the best club for you, right, or whatever that suits. Now, but with Newcastle and Liverpool. You could throw out the idea, and again, I am exploring this as we go. You could throw out the idea that it's good for the game if Isak stays at Newcastle because it, like you say, contracts mean something, and if you sign that and you go and you're smart, you go get someone from Real Sociedad, as much as he had so much pedigree. He doesn't just get to jump off when it suits him, especially when you've signed a 3-year contract. And that kind of spreads the wealth of talent around the league, or gives the opportunity for them to do that, and gives them an element of control instead of just getting, pillaged whenever you have a good season.
Yeah, Ashan's just said that David Ornstein confirmed Isak informed Newcastle last summer that it would be his final season. He then repeated that 2 weeks before the campaign ended and after the last game. But it isn't as simple as just going, well, this is what I want, so this is what I should get. Whether he informed him or not, he signed the contract. 4 years left, and he's going, I want out.
Hassan Majid understands. That's what someone was saying. A lot of people like... Yeah, there you go. What someone said, like a lot of people's new transfer accounts, they there you go. LSR. Have you noticed how many random Twitter accounts that give out transfer news start with understand? Yeah. Our sources understand. It's true, isn't it?
Yeah.
How will it play out? Do you think he'll go?
I do. Ollie mentioned this earlier, and I meant to sort of agree with him that I think he'll end up going to Liverpool, and it will happen after they play each other. So it'll be like the last few days of the transfer window. That's what I agree with him. He said that, but I thought that for a while as well. So I thought that before Ollie, basically. Yeah.
Okay. So you think it'll happen?
Yeah.
Ollie also says, does the contract not just determine the value? Contracts can't mean everything, otherwise everyone would end up being a free agent. See, this is what I mean. I think, transfers evolve all the time, and
hang on.
I think there's some good points to that. We always go, look, he's going into the last 2 years of his contract, and that then starts to diminish the value of the amount of money that you can get for a player. So he's right in that sense.
Contracts give clubs leverage. It gives security to the player. And so Isak has a 1 year rolling contract so that he can move, and he breaks his leg or he gets an ACL. He's done. Like no one wants him, or no one wants him for another year, right. And he may not never get another club after an injury like that, or it'll be on a pay as you play type thing. But a 5 year contract protects him to the value of the total length of the contract and all the money he can earn in that. So for him to go you gave me security, now I'm not interested.
Yeah, it's naughty.
It isn't fair on Newcastle.
Mm.
And the thing is, you might go, well, it's not fair. Who cares? Newcastle don't care because they have the leverage. He signed the contract. So they were within their rights now to go to Liverpool and go, right, you've made our player unhappy.
What about this? What about this? You have a notice period. You could like a normal job. If you want to leave, that's fine.
2 years notice.
But you have to give a year's notice. Although, does
like
that
a
just
break
make your
clause.
life really... That just allows big clubs to plan for getting all the best players, doesn't it?
Well, if you could do it like... It's not a bad idea, actually, Jim, because then 2 years notice, saying like in 2 years' time I want to leave, even if I have 4 years left, then you can plan. I don't know if it comes out that... So Gibbs White had this NDA around his release clause, which no one was supposed to know.
Yeah.
So it could be one.
But isn't that laughable?
It is a bit, but I don't know. He's still a Forest player and he signed a new contract. So regardless, whatever you think about it, it's been successful for him. What do you think of Marinakis, Jim? We haven't spoken about this. I sort of love him in a way.
I think he's good. I don't know, man. Mate, I don't know enough about him.
Does it
and
feel like
I'd like not to get sued. If I'm honest.
All right, okay. I will say this in that it won't get you sued because I'll be very careful. But if you're a Forest fan, you absolutely adore him because he defends your club and his best interests always, right? Mm. However, he's somehow managed to keep a player who didn't want to stay there at his football club, which is a bit iffy, but so what? It happens all the time. And he's managed to qualify for a competition they shouldn't be in on merit.
Yeah. I think the thing for me is I don't know
Forest
what the
fan,
truth is. This is my problem with a lot of this, and this is why I generally often focus on the game itself, is I don't know what the truth is.
This is where all the fun is, Jim.
Yeah, I know. But I don't. But
you're right. But you've got to
be
careful. You've got to be careful.
Well, it's not about like you just got to speak on the truth, or what I believe. What I can understand to be the truth. I don't really understand what the truth is. So, but in terms of what he's done for that football club, he spent a hell of a lot of money. They've taken a points deduction along the way, which they took their punishment and get on with it. I think he's blockbuster in the sense that he's, he has a different temperament to most owners. And in terms, if you're a Forest fan, I think you love him.
Of course they love him. They absolutely adore him. But there's this beautiful rivalry brewing between Palace and Forest now. Like this is good for football. Like when they play each other, it's going to be so spicy. And you're not a Palace fan or a Forest fan if you're not in some way have some sort of negative feeling about the other football club. And by the way, Palace have really done nothing wrong. Like I know I'm doing the podcast Football Between the Lines with Dan. So I've had him in my ear talking about this situation. So I feel like I'm on Palace's side. I've got to be honest. I feel like he is right in everything he says about this situation.
I mean, no one's not on Palace's side. I don't know what the analogy is, but it's one where it's
Forest are the baddies here. This is what we're saying, aren't they? They're like
what do you think about Rory had a point. I quite like Rory's point of going, we haven't earned that position, so we don't want it. Give it to Palace.
No, that is. I mean, Rory winds a lot of people up, but
I don't hate that take. I don't hate that take at all.
It's the right moral take. We don't deserve to be in this competition. We shouldn't be in it. Yeah. Therefore, Palace should be in it. However, if Forest win that competition, then they could.
I loved his sphere. I think he said his sphere of reference was that Di Canio caught the ball. And I was like, that would alienate so many people of a certain age that don't understand that when Di Canio was through on goal, but the goalie had got injured, he caught the ball.
And that was the thing is.
And
but
I'm not sure Di Canio is the guy as well that we want to kind of like.
No, Di Canio is one of the most divisive players that we've ever seen for many, many reasons. But he caught the ball for his own fucking ego. That's what he did.
You think?
He was like, no, look at me. This is a great opportunity for me to be... He was a self-indulgent...
Little unknown fact about Di Canio, he'd always wear his shorts the wrong way round because he did it once and scored some goals. You know that?
I didn't know that.
There you go.
No, I didn't know that. I knew he did a Nazi salute at Napoli. Lazio, rather. I knew that.
It's. Do you know what? It's like... What's the analogy? It's like me in the kitchen with Fams Fam's like been to some nice bakery in London, and she's brought back a load of like cinnamon buns, right? And because she's this is the one thing I can't understand with Fam, she'll let food just be there instead of eating it.
Instead of eating it, yeah.
Whereas, like, if it's there, it's on my mind, right? And so, Fam is Palace in this situation. Now, those are hers. That's hers. There were 3 cinnamon buns. There's now 1, and it's there. It's hers.
But you're
no
aware
discounting
of it.
that. But I'm fully aware of it, and it's getting on now. Do you know what I mean? It's like, and I'm thinking that bun's right there, and it's getting drier and drier. And at some point, my fear is she's going to throw that in the bin. That's my fear.
And you could have eaten it.
Yeah. And so, is it right for me to have it? Of course, it's not. But what's worse? Someone needs to have that. Someone needs to have that bun.
You can't go in the bin, so you have to open up a dialogue. But if you open up a dialogue, does that make you? It makes you a little pig that can't think about the cinnamon bun.
Well, I'm happy to reveal what occurred. I sort of went, Fam, yeah. That cinnamon bun's still there. You can have that. She went,
yeah.
And she went, you can have half. And that was fair.
Is that a power move?
Yeah. And do you know what I did? I cut it in half. I put a bit of water on it because it had got a bit crusty, and I popped it in the air fryer, and there it was, brought back to life. And I don't know how you apply that to this situation, but I think the point is it's not my bun. Now, would I have eaten that whole bun? Of course I would have.
Yes.
Would it have been right? I don't know, but she's not going to eat the bun.
I don't understand where you're going with the analogy, but I prefer this to the actual Isak situation. So
my point is, Palace aren't going to eat the bun. So someone's got. So Forest, like, that's dumb.
What's eating the bun in football terms?
Playing in the Europa League, so it's dumb for Forest. That bun's sitting right there. Forest might as well eat the bun. So I get why Forest are eating the bun, because like no one's winning if no one eats the bun.
Yeah, no, I know 100%. Like if that happened to me and Tottenham go, oh well, sorry, we're in the Champions League. Oh, you don't deserve it. Oh right, well okay, but we're still in the Champions League.
It's like going, well, no, you've won a rice cake. But there's a bun right there, and no one's going to eat it, so I'm going to have the bun.
I think I think that actually this could work out in Palace's favour. I think they're going to win the Conference League.
I fear the pressure of winning the Conference League for Palace.
Have you seen the teams you have to play?
Mate,
you could play for some of them, Jim. You could genuinely play for some of those teams. They are shit. It's a pointless competition that shouldn't exist. We shouldn't even be thinking about it. There shouldn't be English clubs in that. It's just not fair. So Palace will win it. If they don't win that, they don't. You know, that's definitely on them. Serviette, are you having a laugh? Musa. Spurs got knocked out by Musa in the Conference League.
There you go. No, calm take. I think who's their qualifier against? Has it been found out now?
Yeah, so listen to this. You'll love this, Jim, right? They are playing. So there is a qualifier for the Europa League against Midtjylland versus some other team. Right. They play the loser of that qualifier.
Yeah,
so the loser.
It's not funny. It's not funny.
I'm like, oh, you're playing Midtjylland. That's actually quite difficult, Dan. That's quite difficult. No, we play the loser of Midtjylland and Rostock or wherever it is.
Oh, right. You saved me there because I was literally about to go. Midtjylland, that's not as easy.
They've been in the Champions League, I think.
Pedigree, yeah.
Yeah, no, it's not them. It's a team that was a semi-professional 3 years ago.
Right, who lost to them. And so Midtjylland progressed into the Europa League. Yeah, that's brutal, man. That is absolutely brutal.
They're playing a team called Fredrikstad tomorrow.
Where are they from?
Let me tell you. From? Norway. And
a lot of talent in Norway. Bodo Glimt. They're going to get Glimt. They're not going to get Glimt, are they?
They're currently.
I just fear like because the story's them not winning it.
Of course, yeah. Of course,
please win it. I really hope they win it. God, I hope they win it.
Yeah. Then they're in.
Champions of Europe. Let me go through some. So, all right, just to finish the Isak thing. So, Andreas Anderson says the Isak situation, but from all sides, his behaviour, the club's broken promises. And Andreas is a Liverpool fan. What is too far, and is there any way back, or what is the best solution? So, behaviour you've spoken about, the club's broken promises. Which club? Have Newcastle made some broken promises?
Have Liverpool been tapping up?
Does tapping up exist anymore?
I don't know. They tapped up Van Dijk. We know that, didn't we? He had to write an apology letter to Southampton. Really sorry about tapping up Van Dijk, taking your best player again.
But yeah, can we get back to it now? 70 mil. Is there any way back? I mean, if he does just go... I think I heard Simon Jordan say that no one said anything publicly. It's all, it's all through Romano and Ornstein. And so he can pop out at the end and go, what are you on about? Just, what? Nah, I love Newcastle and the fans. Also, did Newcastle fans actually want him to play for them again?
No, I think there will be some. Look, whatever they're saying now won't be the same as what they're saying if he, in the beginning of this, or at the end of the transfer window, starts playing for Newcastle again. They'll forgive him very quickly. He scores a couple of goals.
That is funny, isn't it? It's a funny. We're all hypocrites, aren't we? Football make hypocrites of us all.
Although I don't know if you saw True Geordie's take on it. He said that he's quite strong in his opinion about Newcastle players and ones that disrespect the football club. That's how he started, actually. About Nile Ranger, wasn't it? But he said that if he gets a sort of career-ending injury, he wouldn't mind. Something along those lines, which is fantastic.
Well, nobody wins then. You can't sell him.
Yeah, but the people that hate him win, I guess.
Yeah.
Should we move on from Isak? Because there's some other stuff that you should talk about.
Yep. Happy to move on from that. Well, do you know? I put a tweet out. Did not everybody got it? Everyone got it. I tweeted, and I think where I've let myself down here is maybe a lack of an emoji. I don't know. But I quote tweeted, "Welcome to Everton, Jack Grealish," with this. I'll share it with you. It's like when Maradona went to Napoli.
Right.
And
what is
2K likes. So, I think we've overall, I think it's gone well. But a lot of people were like, I got called a pedo, actually.
It's funny the barometer of being a paedophile these days, isn't it?
Yeah. I didn't say. Yeah, I sort of.
I'll be honest.
It did pique my interest. I wanted to hear more. I wanted to go. Where have we got that from? Where have you got? It's like Grealish, Everton, Maradona, Napoli, pedo, spelled Pedo. But anyway, or maybe it was Am I a pedo? Is that some sort of young slang? I'm not aware of. I don't know, but I did find that funny. Do you understand what I'm saying when I write that? Does anyone get what I'm saying? No.
No. What are you saying?
I'm saying that Jack Grealish is a lovely personality. He's great fun. He gets bums off seats. He's a player that can drag a team and hasn't been given that opportunity to do that. He plays with a smile on his chops, with his socks down. He is a maverick footballer. Yes, we've not seen that recently. But Grealish, yes, he's 29. He could have maybe gone to a different club that he would have been... He could have gone to Spurs, right? And he would have been an asset. At Everton, they are going to absolutely adore him. I think it's going to bring the best out of him. I think it's got that vibe of Maradona to Napoli in the sense of course, he's not as good as Maradona. Got it. But in terms of a maverick coming into a football club that needs that bit of fun, and a long suffering, I think this is my signing of the summer. I love it.
So interesting you said that because we did a I can't reveal it because it was something we did with a betting sponsor. But there was a similar. This conversation came up, but it's about what was the best signing of the summer. But they've got this interesting format. Anyway, Rory put forward Grealish to Everton could be a sensational signing.
Yeah,
Now,
why not? World Cup year.
the problem with this tweet is it sounds like you're comparing Jack Grealish and Maradona. That's the issue. That's why people have got the unpick.
And I know that. But I just was wondering
Right.
if anyone understood what I was getting at. That's what I was on.
He's. I think this is the correct move. And like you said, they will adore him, and so they should because he's exciting. When he was at Villa, it was all at times Villa. I mean, Catherine and other Villa fans will definitely know better than me, and I'm probably getting this wrong, but it felt like everything and anything good that Villa were doing was going through Jack Grealish. Like he was literally had the club on his shoulders one season.
Yeah.
And then that's what secures his move. It's just that what's happened since that treble winning Man City side. The drop off has been like, what's happened?
Well,
Something
but
has.
you say drop off. This is what I mean.
It's not playing and Pep not trusting him.
That's opportunity, isn't it? That's not Grealish actually not being good. He's not had the opportunity to be good, both in the Grealish that we love and the style of play that you see at Man City, and the minutes that he's had at Man City. And both instances, he's not had the opportunity to do that. And in terms of like, what? Okay, answer this. What do we love about Grealish? Why do we even care? Why am I even talking about this?
Flair, how much he loves. You can see he loves playing football. His attitude, his flair, his personality, his effectiveness,
his ability to go past a player and do something, and got that Gaza vibe to him, right?
Mercurial, yeah.
Yeah, that is impossible. It's literally impossible for him to do that at Man City because he's played left wing, and when he's been left wing, he's not been allowed for the good of the team to do that. At Everton, David Moyes will allow him to do that.
Yeah.
So
what do Villa fans think of it?
So Catherine just said he will shine like he did for Villa.
And would you want him back, Catherine?
I want him to do so well at Everton, Catherine says. LSR says, I think Grealish would be great at another club. Playing versus low blocks is not great for him, in my opinion. I feel the same about Savio, and the move would suit both. Pep has a specific judgment on players. Doesn't always mean they're washed when he doesn't want them. Stephen Webster. Great comment. I totally agree. I think, this is where I'm at right now. I think sometimes you don't... Just because something... I said this yesterday with Ben Bowman. What a guy. Came to the rescue yesterday as a podcast guest. We were talking about... Obviously, you're talking about so much in terms of the start of a season. And I think you just consider that the past is the present and the future. It's not. It's the past. So, but what are people capable of? Like, I don't know. Am I capable of running a marathon? You would imagine with these legs. Good God.
Oh yeah.
No.
Oh.
But what if I start running 1K, then 2K the next day, then 3K the next day? What if I start doing leg weights? What if I get the opportunity to go and run? This is the point. And I think this is a better way for us all to look at football. Not, he can't do this, he can't do that. Maybe they bloody can. Maybe you just need to believe in them.
Can I ask you a question about Donnarumma?
Yeah, of course. Finally.
I don't think it's a crazy statement to say he's the best goalkeeper. He was the best goalkeeper in Europe last season. He single-handedly won PSG the Champions League, in my opinion. Without him, they wouldn't have
keeping the ball out of the goal. Yeah,
if you like,
Courtois is great too, but whatever. Yeah, got you.
Yeah, and Courtois is great, but Donnarumma did it, and they won the Champions League. Right. Is it mental to say that if Manchester City or, moreover, Chelsea signed Donnarumma, let's focus on Chelsea because Sanchez is a significant drop-off. If Chelsea signed Donnarumma, they are title challengers, right?
I think that I think calm take.
They are anyway.
I think that. Do you know what it reminds me of? Show my age a bit here, but there was a year when Chelsea finished third, it was a long time ago. I want to say it was like 90, it might be 97, 98. And they kind of had all the bits, but they got to sort of about March and then they fell away. But they were in it up until that point.
Yeah.
I sort of see that and I also see shades of that Arsenal team 21, I want to say 21, 22, was it? When they sort of started to like catch fire and you had a group of young men who were just incredibly talented. But again, I would imagine, I feel like when they have I think they'll have a blip at some point. I think losing Colwell's a big loss as well. And I think with that and Champions League football and everything else, and just maybe a lack of maturity, I feel like they're 1 year away. But like the talent in that team is crazy.
The depth in it is mental. Right? There will be no injury crisis that significantly impacts Chelsea, apart from the centre backs.
Centre backs. Well, that's the thing. Like, are they better off buying Mark Gay, or are they better off buying Donnarumma?
I think, given the fact that they have absolutely zero issues with PSR and they can inject money into the football club at all times, they should get them both.
Jesus,
they could buy them both. It's not a problem, Jim. Like that, they were a basket case football club that everyone was looking at and laughing, like Todd Bowley, Clear Lake.
We were. You certainly were.
I had to categorically was. I've done such a 180 on that whole football club, and it pains me to say it, but they are operating in a way that I would absolutely adore Spurs to be operated in. They are buying young players, and everyone said at least 10-year contracts. They're retaining the value of the player. Like, it makes so much sense now that they have so many saleable assets based on all these young players that they've bought. They ain't about paying the amortization of their contract over 8 years. It's about saleable assets. They have sold something like £225 million worth of players this summer. They've got a net spend lower than Liverpool. It's mental. Whatever they're doing.
I said this to you like 5 times.
I don't know what I can only tell you when I see it with my own eyes.
But do you know, that's the thing as well, right? Is the ripening of teams. That's your football team is always in a constant state of flux. So it'd be good to get your take on this, like, because with Tottenham, right? I was chatting to Ben about. I was like, "How good's this squad?" And he was I think he was kind of struggling a touch, understandably, to answer that question. But it's a young squad.
It's relative to other squads, isn't it?
But if that squad can ripen in the right way, and I think that in terms of like safeguarding the ripening, if you've got 3-4 players in every position who are 21, you can just wait to see which one's the best one.
Yeah.
Get rid of the other two, sell them for at least the same amount that you bought them for, and then just kind of double down on the one that works for you. But Tottenham, you don't have the influx of those players. In terms of young players who could come good, you've got a lot.
Got a few.
Yeah.
Yeah.
You got Archie Gray, you got Bergvall, who I really like. You've got
Mattis, Odegaard,
Sars Young, Odegaard, Tell. So many young players. But you have to allow that group to, as I say, to ripen, get the games and get better. And that is what we were saying 18 months ago with Chelsea. Is like this feels kind of risky, but because they've doubled down, then tripled down on it, and been able. The genius bit of it is that I think they maybe started to see that a 20-30 million pound signing is a very appealing number to other teams. So, you know, it's like, we haven't got enough for Isak at 150, just to pluck that out. Obviously, it doesn't work with that, but like 100 million for someone. But we can get this lad for like 35, and he's young, and he's quite exciting. They've played the market very cleverly. I mean, the Club World Cup money will help. Selling hotels will help. So there are aspects at play with all of this. But
anyone can do that. Anyone can do that, though.
But we
can all do that.
For you, is the blueprint now Chelsea then? For you, in your mind?
No, I mean, in my mind, I think they do things the right way. I think clubs in the top 6 that do things the right way And football's changed. I think our issue is that Daniel Levy's still stuck in this idea of how football used to be run. It ain't. The game has changed, and the other 5 clubs that are our peers in terms of the amount of revenue that comes in, not our abilities on the pitch, because we've faltered massively apart from the Europa League win. They are aggressive, and they're willing to find ways to give their clubs the best advantage. Whereas Daniel Levy, as per his interview with Gary Neville, again, he's like, no, we're going to wait for more regulation. We can't spend beyond our means. You can't spend beyond your means. There'll be owners that come in who will be able to spend beyond their means, that find ways to generate the opportunity to spend money. And the problem is, Jim, is that everybody's moving at that pace now, apart from Daniel Levy. He still thinks that this regulation is going to fix everything and Spurs will be an advantage. It's not. It just isn't the case. Like we have got a lot to thank him for sure, right? Because as you've seen with Newcastle and Villa, it doesn't matter how rich your owners are. If PSR rules are in place, you have to play by the rules, and Spurs will have to as well. But through the 25 years of industry building he's done at Tottenham, will give us an advantage over these other football clubs. But he's just sitting there and just waiting and doing fuck all, really.
I'm going to read this. There's a question for you here. It kind of sits with this. Let me read the question, then I'll let you know who wrote it. Okay. So Flav was saying Ange must stay and Levy didn't represent Spurs fan base at the time of sacking. And now on the overlap, he's given it Ange had to go. Is he just a mouthpiece for whatever regime happens to be in power? That's from Mark at the boy.
How about you go fuck yourself, Mark? How about you go fuck yourself, mate? All right? How about you go fuck yourself?
White Teeth himself. Well, not White Teeth. I need to deal with White Teeth. Are you a mouthpiece? Answer it.
No,
Are you on the take?
The mouthpiece for who? What, for Daniel Levy?
Big time.
No, I think what Mark's done is that he's so in love with Postecoglou that that because now I've changed my position, he doesn't like it. If I'd have kept my position on Postecoglou, he wouldn't have said it. No one in their right mind, cold light of day, can look back at last season and call it anything other than a complete disaster. And you can make your argument that Postecoglou really didn't win that Europa League. The players win.
Flav, that is a massive U-turn.
No, and I tell you, it is. It is a U-turn. After we won it, I was like so caught up in the emotion. I was at the what's it called? The parade. Yeah. And I was listening to him and I was like, this is incredible. And as the dust settles, you're like, we can't do that again. We cannot do that again. So it's fine to change your mind. It doesn't make me a mouthpiece for the club. I've never felt less about Daniel Levy than I do right now. And genuinely that final where we won it is like, there was no Ange ball there. It was just 10, 11 men
you won the game,
trying to win a football match. That's all there was. So after 2 years of Ange saying he won't change, this is the way we do it, it's just who we are, mate. After 2 years of that and finishing 17th, going, well, he said he's not going to change, and he has to change because he can't do it in the Premier League. So the evidence is there. If he's not going to change, he's got to go. That's the sensible, pragmatic way to look at it, I think. But I was emotional after the sacking, given the fact that we'd won the Europa League. That was the anomaly, how I felt then. In the cold light of day, you've got to be much more sensible about it. And mate, I don't know why you're so defensive of Postecoglou. He left your football club.
Huh?
I'm talking to Mark again.
Right. It's just, yeah, isn't it? It's funny, isn't it? I kind of like. It's like we sort of said at the time. It would have been nice. It would have been nice to see how it would have gone. But I think people would have. That was another question I asked Ben. Was like, if you start the season bad, this season, the turn is so quick. I think on
yeah. If you lost first
with Thomas Frank, I just don't think it will be a similar thing. New signings though. Eze, mate, look at us supporting the same team. Eze goes to Spurs. You get to enjoy the glorious man that is Eze. He's definitely going because it looks like we're signing a striker, so the Eze money's in. Eze money
really
has to be in the account. Has to be
because it's the only way you can sign.
I think so. As soon that's mate. That the life of a QPR fan is that I've been waiting for Eze to get sold for about as long as he's been at Palace, so that we get our sell-on fee, so we can buy someone.
8 million, isn't it? Something like that.
I don't know the ins and outs, but I know it's a nice chunk of change. Thank God for Eze. He's kept the lights on.
And that striker's not cutting the mustard. See that one up front? You had a Serbian kid lad.
Good grief! It's he started the first game of the season, and I wasn't best pleased. Let's put it that way. Yes. But if there's a lad called Kone from Wickham, who is a hell of a striker, and it looks like we might buy him. And if we do, I don't want to say too much.
If Spurs signs Savinho and Eze, I will lose my mind.
Sorry, say that again.
If they sign both those players, I will lose my mind. I don't. There's not. That's not how Tottenham operate. If we sign both of them, one of them, we have to get one in because Maddison's out for the season pretty much. So it's got to be Eze as a start. Mm-hmm. But if you get Savinho as well, that's now you start to think, well, maybe we are ambitious. But I've seen all this shit before.
What about broad thoughts on the season? Do you know what I was thinking? Maybe we'll finish with this. Is what do we always end up talking about every season? We're in our 7th year now. Let us know in the chat, beloved patrons. If you want to become a patron, links in the description. You can join us live for every podcast.
7-year itch as well. That's what happens to relationships in 7 years, Jim.
Wow. Is this what? Yeah. Could this be the end? Who knows?
Well, you have been seeing men for the duration of our relationships.
How is Dan?
Really well, actually. Thanks for asking.
Things that will, I might do. I might accumulate a list of topics that we'll definitely talk about this season. Food will obviously be one. Do you know what I'm into at the moment? I'm sort of making my own ice cream.
Really?
Yeah, you sort of like frozen mango, whey protein, keeps the calories down but sweetens it up, and frozen blueberries as well, and a banana. Give that a mix and get it in the freezer, and that's a guilt-free snack.
Isn't frozen yogurt like 0 calories as well?
Yeah, pretty much. I think.
How's that?
Do you know what we're guaranteed to talk about? Let's here we go. Arsenal. There'll be some moment where Arsenal will possibly have bottled it again. Have you seen my predictions, by the way?
Where have you got them? What do you think they're going to win the league? Mate, I think out of all of the teams, and this isn't me with my Spurs hat on, by the way. This is just how I feel. I think they're most prone to a bit of a capitulation this season.
Absolutely. It could be such a bad take. It's going to either age... Well, it'll age one of 3 ways.
Will Liverpool be as good as everyone thinks?
Yeah. I'm sort of... Each year, I'm sort of in a different space. And I'm thinking about different things. And this year, continuity is king, Flav. So it's been in my gut for a while. So I just thought I'd just chuck it out there.
They have to be so much better than they were last season.
Yeah, I think they can be. I think they should be.
And what happened now that everyone's sussed their set pieces? They've got to find like 20 goals from somewhere.
That's good. Shit, that's a good point.
Like if their set pieces are not going in and people are scoring against them, that literally is like.
But they've got more depth. They should have more goals in the team. They don't concede many. The age of the group is good. The depth of the group defensively is good. They're not going to concede many goals, in my opinion. That was it. I kind of was looking at the defence there. I think that's quite important. I think Liverpool could blitz it. Liverpool, man, it could be. You could be absolutely right. Arsenal could absolutely finish. They could finish 4th easy, and Liverpool and Man City could battle it out.
Isn't it? It's going to be a fascinating season. Like whereas last year was like Liverpool had won the league pretty much since it started. They were just inevitable from the beginning. There is 4 teams legitimately who could win the league at this point, and you could make. I mean, Chelsea are the outlier here, but I think you can make a case for them.
Yeah, champions of the world.
I think they're certainly dark horses, and obviously Arsenal have been there for the last 3 years. I just think Man City will regroup. Pep Guardiola isn't going through some sort of personal nightmare with his wife leaving him and all this shit. Rodri's coming back. I just think...
I think it's going to be great. I think it's going to be really good. The LSR says he's apologising. I haven't seen your top comment. I thought it was one to stay away from the comments maybe for a day or so. But I presume it was... He says, I swear it wasn't a dig. Oh, dear. I think the thing with Prem predictions is he's rarely going to keep anyone happy. So we just chucked it out there and we'll see what happens. I think, basically, Liverpool could be sensational. I weirdly... I don't know. I just feel like there's a lot of change there. That's the thing. My head's... If we're just going head and kind of going, right, you've got to put money on someone. If I was betting... I'd bet on Man City, if I'm honest.
I think Man City are going to win the league, but I also think I'd probably bet on Liverpool, but I think Man City are doing it.
If I had to bet, I'd bet on Man City. My gut is saying Arsenal, so that's why I've gone for Arsenal in that.
There's lots of people that would agree with you, Jim. I don't think.
Yeah, Liverpool could. I think. Do you know what it is? It's the sort of lot. So many. They feel so shiny, Liverpool, that I'm thinking of other teams that just bought so many shiny things and it just took a minute. That's where I'm at. But I, might be massively wrong. Where do you think Spurs will finish?
Fifth. No, look, what we've got is to... It feels a bit like that era with Pochettino coming in, where we've got a kind of decent squad, but the work needs to be done, and obviously coming off the back of a really difficult year. And I think what Daniel Levy to some degree is relying on Frank getting more out of these players than we think they're capable of, and that's what he's consistently done with Brentford. And I think if he can apply that to Tottenham, and he's strong enough, and we give him the room to breathe, then we could be surprised in it. And like fifth is like, I'd take seventh. You know what I mean, I'll take Europa League jaunt again for sure.
Yeah.
So yeah, it might take a couple of years to really get this right, but I just, by the end of the Postecoglou reign, you kind of like you can understand why Levy made these decisions. But as long as we're not capitulating like we did last year, you just got to let's see where this goes for Frank.
I like
because he's a good manager. He's sensible. He changes to the situation, and he's proven enough at Brentford to be given this opportunity. But you've got to let him breathe. You can't just sort of if we've only run 2 in 10, suddenly go, oh no, you can't cut it. Just let him breathe. Whatever happens. Barring us being in a relegation dogfight again.
Yeah, I think you need... As long as you're in the top 10, everyone will let him breathe. Like, throughout the season, ideally. But, up for grabs. Right.
Yeah.
We've hit the hour mark. We've spoken a lot about football. And now we've come to an end of that. If you want to join us for the mailbag, we talk about anything but football. It's honestly, we literally go after people as soon as they ask a football question. Then join us on the mailbag.
Can I just quickly say the young man I gave a shout out to at the beginning of the pod, he did message me on Instagram, and he said his name was Productions Matt, and he's now moist. So
well, all is forgiven. Funny first name, Productions. Right. Good luck, everyone, in the season. Let's keep that hope high throughout how many weeks until everyone's miserable.
Spurs, but when's this coming out, Jim?
Tomorrow, probably Thursday.
Right. Spurs will be champions of Europe tomorrow.
Oh yeah.
We would have beaten PSG in the Super Cup. Therefore, if you agree that lineage is an important thing and hasn't been a factor in royal dynasties since the time of memoriam, that beating the team that won the thing makes you champions of Europe. And we can't count the Club World Cup because it's a stupid competition no one respects. So
Exciting. Yeah. Well, yeah, we'll soon find out. But again, you've dodged it. We're talking before the game.
Yeah.
Right. Speak soon, everyone.
Adios.
It's good to be back.
Cheers. Bye.
Bye-bye.
Yeah, man. Bye.